Nupur knows exactly what to do. She's one of those directors who has edited the film and seen the film in her head even before she started shooting it.
So actually the casting was very, very easy. My producer Rangita had sent the script to Arshad and we met him, and he had some really wonderful ideas that he kind of, bounced off us. He chatted about the script, just instances, and it was a very free-flowing conversation in his man cave actually.
The main protagonist is his grandmother, my mother. She is
Yeah, so
Yeah.
grandmother is
Tanuja
called
ji,
my.
Tanuja ji.
Yeah.
Actress, she is so basically बाकी का जो है स्टोरी अगर यहाँ रिवील कर देंगे तो फिर देखने में मजा नहीं आएगा ना.
Hello and welcome to Absolute India News. I am Akriti Bagla, and today on Absolute India News I have with me the cast of Modern Love. In trailer obviously the characters, I think much light is not shed on characters. So we would like to know a bit about your characters.
How do I say this? He's just another guy, to be honest. He's just another man who's going about his life and does what he does and doesn't think too much about the repercussions of his behavior.
Exactly.
Just another man. That's what he is.
How was your experience working on it? Because somewhere or the other when we see the trailer, your character is very subtle. No, we didn't actually get to know much about it, but all we get to see is a kind of subtlety. And when we see you on screen, we are like, yaar, ab kuch comedy factor aayega, ab kuch comedy factor aayega. So can we witness a fun element in this as well from your end?
Okay, we'll answer the first part of the question, which is how was the experience? Beautiful experience. Let's be honest, no actor will ever say I had a bad experience. Okay? I'm one of those who probably will say that I've had a bad experience. If I did, I probably will, which I've done before. Awesome experience. I loved every moment of it. Nupur knows exactly what to do. She's one of those directors who has edited the film and seen the film in her head even before she started shooting it. She knows exactly what she wants. She gets it. And I had a gorgeous and a lovely person as a co-star. Chitrananda is a fantastic actor and an even better human being. Very easy to work with. I never worked with her before. This is the first time I worked. I barely met her, but from the day one, it felt as if we were married. I knew her so well, and the comfort level was terrific, because that's what you need when you're playing a husband and wife. And you've never met each other. The audience needs to know that they are married for 15 years, and you've got to create that in a matter of seconds. And that only comes when you have a very comfortable and a cooperative co-star, and that's what she is. It was lovely work. I enjoyed every moment of it. The story is beautiful. The little things in the script is so nice. The whole relationship that they have, how simple and how beautiful it is, and how warm the relationship is. From where to where it leads. It has been a gorgeous journey. I really wish I was more I wish I was doing Chitranganda's role. Let's put it that way. I tried to look as sexy, but I didn't. And the second part of your question was not important, right?
Sir,
What was the second part of the question? I answered the first part, right?
Yeah.
Second part क्या था?
Second part यही कि जब हम आपको देखते हैं हम expect करते हैं fun element आना.
They all expect you to be funny.
I know.
Yeah.
ये तो बहुत ही गलत है यार.
But that's like
I think
reducing the actor,
See, I act what kind of scripts I get, and if it's required, one does it. If it's not required, one doesn't do it. One plays the role the way it's supposed to be played. That's all I do.
And from you both, I will come to Nupur ma'am as well. How was it working with Nupur ma'am? How is she as a director?
I just said no. I said she knows her film. She knows it before the first day of the shoot. She knows exactly what it's going to look like. And that clarity is so helpful for everybody, for an actor especially, because you know exactly. So you ask her direct, that's it. You leave yourself and let go. She knows it, and it's good. It's good. She's very talented.
Like ma'am, you mentioned over कि you guys bonded over cutting chai actually. Any incident from real life you would like to recall where cutting chai can be the context where it was a fun moment, or be it कि यार प्यार हो गया over a cutting chai.
कटिंग चाय
Yeah.
नहीं, चाय मरिया चाय नहीं पीती सवाल ही कर
That's
तो जो आधे कप के अंदर जो आधी जिसमें ग्लास होता था ना, आधा भरा वो मैं पीता था, खाली ग्लास को दे देता था. Chai has been all, we see there's no it's hard to pinpoint one because anybody who's grown up in Mumbai City has had cutting chai. यार. We've
Yeah.
all had it. Look, हर गली गली सब जगह मिलती है. And when you're broke in your beginning of your life, this is what you did.
Yeah.
You ended up having share a cup of tea. What else you do? You know, from that concept of एक कप में से लगा थोड़ी तश्तरी में डाला और कप दिया, it became same glass chewing. That's it.
And again, talking about modern love, from all three of you, I would like to know the way love millennials are perceiving today. What's your take on it?
I'm shocked.
Oh, absolutely, yes,
These
absolutely.
kids are moving towards that. No?
Yeah, obviously.
I don't understand the language, what they are telling me. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? What is the meaning of that? I'm like, completely bouncer. But you got life changes, things change, everything evolves, it's okay. Go and have a conversation with my daughter and I'm just shocked. She's 14. She's 15. Yesterday she became 15. But it comes so naturally to these kids. It comes so naturally.
Yeah.
The fact that one will marry someone who they have tried, tested, clear about it, then we will get a whole decision and
The
it's like a
discovery
contract.
is, yeah.
And now we'll decide to get married. I think in that space, no, the innocence of love that used to be there many years ago
Exactly.
is gone down the drain.
I mean, you're test driving 10 cars to buy one car, right? So, I mean, then this is a life
अब तो
decision.
मजा नहीं आएगा ना. That all that earlier I think it was more sweeter and more naive and more innocent, and it had a charm. I'm an old man.
There is a line in the trailer of yours. You are telling ki life is as easy as you make, and
That's
as
complicated. I
and
think
as-
that I believe in that. That's absolutely true. Your life can be as easy and as complicated as you make it, and a lot of people make it complicating, and a lot of
Exactly.
people keep it simple. Just keep it simple. It's very easy.
Oh.
It's a very simple, true, warm story, very real. I think everybody who sees it will identify that this has happened. We've all thought, I wish I had done this and I wish I had done that. How true is that? And how valid is that thought in your mind is what you will actually see in Cutting Chai. You will see that. Do you really need to think so hard?
What is modern love and specifically cutting chai all about?
So, Modern Love is a part of the Modern Love franchise, right, from New York. And we've adapted certain stories from the New York Times articles that were written by the readers. And we beautifully adapted our story into a situation in Mumbai, which I think is very, very universal. And Cutting Chai kind of ties into the theme of our film. The whole idea of cutting chai is that you have a little but you want more, as well as what Arshad said earlier, it's always divided into two people, like ek chai ki do cutting dena. It ties in to, therefore the relationship shared, and it's a shared experience,
share
between
your problems in life,
Yes.
and share the good days and bad days and everything.
yeah, and it's such a Mumbai phenomenon, right?
Yeah. For this show specifically, how was the casting process like for you, and how was the behind the scenes environment?
So actually the casting was very, very easy. My producer Rangita had sent the script to Arshad, and we met him, and he had some really wonderful ideas that he kind of bounced off us. He chatted about the script, just instances. I mean, it was a very free-flowing conversation in his man cave actually. We just talked for like a long time over chai, and we kind of just discussed various things. And also we were sussing each other out, like in a sense, you know, when you meet a person, you immediately know that this person is just either going to fit the part or he's not going to fit the part.
Exactly.
So, I mean, when I met him, I instantly knew that this is Danny, you know. And with Chitrangada as well, when I met her, Rongita and I met her over chai again, cutting chai actually
Cutting
on that
chai.
day. And I was just chatting with her and I just kept looking at Rongita and, you know, it's like, you just know, you know, sometimes you just know that this person is the character. And it just, and they haven't acted before together. So just bringing that fresh pair to screen was lovely. So, you know, they don't know each other. So they, I mean, but the thing is, they made it look like they had been married.
So
For,
when
they
you
knew
watch
each
it,
other. They had a history. All of
will
those
not
things.
feel that they've done. For me, you know, I didn't want people to kind of judge or dislike my character. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
For me, that was what I always aim for that. That you're always confused till the end. Is he nice or is he not nice? What is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
You know, and that's a good thing. And then by the end of the movie, you really realize and you make up your mind. That's a good thing to do.
What was the impression behind looking for Mumbai City as a backdrop for this story?
It's called Modern Love Mumbai. So
Yeah.
it definitely was going to be a backdrop. And I loved shooting in the city. I mean, I shot 4 more shots, season 2 in
Yeah.
South Bombay, and I explored a whole bunch of locations that sort of, you know, we shot in Leopold and, you know, I mean, a whole bunch of places, which was great fun. But in this film, I mean, the city kind of is kind of really tied into the film, you know, where they, you know, we've shot in CST station. There's a reason why we chose that. How, you know, getting on a train, being at a station, how that triggers some memories, how that sort of, where certain epiphanies in your life have happened,
Yeah.
all of that happens with my characters there. You know,
Yeah.
so it's quite built into the story.
How is the excitement like for the series?
I'm absolutely waiting. I'm waiting, and my fans are waiting. They're wondering what I'm doing in a film. So they want to see what I've done. So they'll be surprised when they see what I've done.
Your story, it is titled By. So can you shed some light on what aspect or what shade of love is that showcasing?
No, let me get this. Bai is because the main protagonist is his grandmother, my mother. She is Bai.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
grandmother is
Tanuja
called
ji, है
Mai.
ना, Tanuja ji.
Yeah.
एक्ट्रेस शी इज सो बेसिकली बाकी का जो है स्टोरी अगर यहाँ रिवील कर देंगे तो फिर देखने में मज़ा नहीं आएगा ना, है ना। इसमें यह है कि बहुत सारे लोग इससे इख्तिलाफ भी करेंगे, मुझे पता है, और बहुत सारे लोग आप जो कह रहे थे यंगस्टर्स इससे सहमत भी होंगे। तो मेरा एक ही नियम है कि टू ईच देयर ओन, दैट्स व्हाट आई ऑलवेज बिलीव, कि आपकी रियलिटी, आपका जो नज़रिया है, आपके, आई हैव नो राइट टू इम्पोज माइन ऑन हिज एंड वाइस वर्सा। और इसमें मेरा जो कैरेक्टर है, जो मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोलना चाहूँगा, बट आई एम द सॉर्ट ऑफ अ गाय हु इज़ इन हिज ओन वे राइट, बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट ही इज़ बीन ब्रॉट अप। उसकी मेंटालिटी वो है, उसका नज़रिया वो है, विच इज़ फाइन, नथिंग रॉन्ग विद इट, बट क्लैश होता है तो वो देखेंगे आप उसमें। और यही मज़ा है कि आई हैड अ ग्रेट टाइम वर्किंग विद वेरी अमेजिंग एक्टर्स एंड द होल यूनिट, द डायरेक्टर हंसल, मतलब मेरे से बहुत अच्छा रिश्ता है उनका, सारी यूनिट का। एंड तो एक अच्छी कहानी, हालांकि इट्स शॉर्ट फिल्म, बन गई। और मुझे यकीन है कि और भी सारी जो 5 और डिफरेंट स्टोरीज हैं इसमें, एंथोलॉजी है, सारे के सारे जब जुड़ेंगे तो इट विल बी समथिंग नाइस। रिश्ता बोलते हैं ना, रिलेशनशिप, इन दोनों का रिश्ता है, जिसका भी रिश्ता है, कैसे भी इश्क का रिश्ता जो होता है, कभी कभी इश्क में मिलन हो जाता है, और ऐसा इश्क होता है जिसमें मिल नहीं पाते, तो वो लेजेंडरी हो जाता है। जैसे कि आप देख लीजिए जितनी भी कहानियाँ हैं, हाँ, हीर रांझा है, सोनी महिवाल, जो भी रोमियो एंड जूलियट, तो इस पर किसी ने बहुत खूबसूरती से कहा है कि कभी सोचा है, मैं पढ़ के सुना देता हूँ, कभी सोचा है हमारे रिश्ते का नाम क्या है, कभी सोचा है हमारे रिश्ते का नाम क्या है, मोहब्बत, ज़रूरत, ख्वाहिश, जुनून, इश्क, मोहब्बत, ज़रूरत, ख्वाहिश, जुनून, इश्क, या वो रिश्ता जो आसमां का ज़मीन से है, बारिश का सहरा से, हकीकत का ख्वाबों से, ये एक दूसरे से मिल नहीं पाते, लेकिन एक दूसरे के बगैर अधूरे भी हैं। तो ये मोहब्बत होती है, एक दूसरे के बगैर आप अधूरे रहते हैं, अगर आप मिल पाएँ तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, ना मिल पाएँ तो भी।
Modern Love as a franchise has created waves across the world, और उसका
मुंबई वर्जन जो है वो अपने आप में बड़ा प्रॉमिसिंग है, बिकॉज मुंबई जो है वो कहानियों का शहर, तो मुंबई से 6 कहानियाँ अलग अलग जो आ रही हैं, आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी interesting and it's exciting. The excitement is to sort of see people react. एक तरफ एक फैमिली के अंदर माँ बेटे का प्यार, दादी पोते का प्यार, एक तरफ खाने का प्यार, और किस तरह वो दादी का प्यार, खाने का प्यार, इंसानों का प्यार साथ जब आता है तो कैसे in the end it all comes together. How all of it just comes together is the beauty of the film.
Ranveer, so when it came to resonating with your character, what is that one factor that sort of captivated you?
The fact that my character is a chef.
Yeah.
तो लाइफ वहाँ
coming
पर
to that.
इजी हो जाती है। वह जब आपने अपनी आधी ज़िंदगी शेफ़ बन के निकाली हो तो शेफ़ बनना आसान हो जाता है। तो आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर जो रेजोनेट किया वो। और दूसरा जैसे जैसे आप अपने फ़न में, जैसे जैसे आप अपने आर्ट में आगे बढ़ते हैं, आप रियलाइज़ करते हैं कि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जो चीज़ आपको आगे लेके जाती है ज़िंदगी में, अपने फ़न में, वो ये है कि आप मोहब्बत कितनी करते हैं अपने काम से। और वो मोहब्बत जब आप सो कॉल्ड नॉन लिविंग चीज़ों से, अपने एक्सप्रेशन से, अपने फ़न से, अपने काम से, अपने इंग्रेडिएंट से करना शुरू कर देते हो, आप रियलाइज़ करते हैं कि यार मोहब्बत ही तो है। और वही चीज़ मुझे दिखी जब पढ़ा और जब हंस सर से बात करी कि मोहब्बत ही तो है, मतलब इट्स नो बिग डील। दैट्स व्हाट रेजोनेटेड इनिशियली वो एक्सप्रेशन से रिलेट करना, या फॉर एग्जांपल आप इफ़ यू आर आस्किंग समबडी आउट, या आप किसी को घर बुला रहे हैं, तो इनिशियली मेरे जहन में सवाल था कि कैसे होगा। जब तक आप करते नहीं हैं तो आपके दिमाग में कैसे होगा, क्या वो चीज़ होगी नहीं होगी। बट आई थिंक बहुत जब हमने स्ट्रिप डाउन किया ना उस चीज़ को, आप बोल रहे हैं लव बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स इमोशन है, तो जो चीज़ मेरे लिए काम करी वो ये इस चीज़ में बिलीव किया मैंने कि लव कॉम्प्लेक्स इमोशन नहीं है, उसके अराउंड की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज उसको कॉम्प्लेक्स इमोशन बना देती है। अगर आप किसी को बहुत चाहते हैं, किसी को बोल रहे हैं यार घर आओ ना यार, बैठ के ज़रा बात करेंगे यार चार, तो सामने वाला घर आओ कोई भी हो सकता है ना यार। एंड आई थिंक दैट टू ब्रेक इट डाउन एंड रिमूव ऑल द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज वर्कड फॉर मी, और ये सबसे पहले मेरे को एक्चुअली जब मैंने इनको घर बुलाया फिल्म में, तब वो था कि यार मैं आई हैव टू आस्क समबडी आउट, नाउ हाउ विल आई डू दैट व्हेन आई हैव नेवर डन दैट इन माय लाइफ। तो मैंने कहा यार घर ही तो बुलाना है, किसी कोई आपको अच्छा लगता है उसको घर ही तो बुलाना है, तो वो जब आप उस चीज़ को सिंप्लीफाई कर देते हैं ना, तो दैट वर्कड फॉर मी, believing that love is actually a very simple and a very basic emotion and not a complex emotion is what works for me.
So sometimes it's like we make it complex for ourselves. Like for my generation only, if I would like to talk, with the advent of apps like Tinder, OkCupid, somewhere or the other that emotions are degrading, I would tell originally. So what's your take on this thing?
देखिए जैसे जैसे सर ने बोला, everyone for themselves, ये कहना कि हमारे वक्त वो वक्त चला गया जब हमारे माता पिता ही बोलते थे कि हमारे वक्त में ऐसा होता था, ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, वो तो कहना ही गलत हो जाएगा। आई थिंक वी हैव टू रिलेट टू व्हाट इज़ गोइंग ऑन करेंटली। लेकिन हाँ ये ज़रूर है कि शायद कुछ चीज़ें जो हैं, और मैं कल भी बोल रहा था कि चाहे खाना हो या इश्क, वक्त देना पड़ता है। हर चीज़ को बिरयानी अगर आपको 45 मिनट दम करनी है तो दम करनी है, तो मोहब्बत और खाने को वक्त देना पड़ता है। तो आई एग्री टू मेथड्स चेंज हो जाएं, मोहब्बत ढूंढने के मेथड्स चेंज हो जाएंगे, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मेथड्स आ जाएंगे, लेकिन मोहब्बत का जो बेसिक एसेंस है, जो बेसिक मिजाज है, वो ये है कि उसकी जो उसकी तासीर है वो ये है कि जितना वक्त लगेगा उतना लगेगा। एंड दैट्स द ओनली थिंग आई वांट टू लीव देयर।
Yeah, so there is no shortcut.
There is no once you're in love, there is no shortcut.
Like we see in the trailer, it's in the backdrop of Mumbai. So one thing about this city that you got to know that was like unexplored while you were working on this series, that one aspect, be it emotionally or be it geographically about an area or something, one aspect about Mumbai you discovered.
मेरे को तो वो लोकेशन ही नहीं पता थी जहाँ हमने शूट किया। Just the theater. Which theater was that?
वो कालबा देवी में,
एडवर्ड
कालबा देवी में।
हाँ, तो हमें तो पता नहीं था वो इतना खूबसूरत थिएटर है, और उसके बाहर हमने वो जो मेन्यू कार्ड लिखा हुआ है उसमें सारा गलत स्पेलिंग्स हैं, जस्ट टिपिकल ओल्ड स्कूल गलत स्पेलिंग्स वाला मेन्यू कार्ड, तो उसकी तो फोटो लेके रख ली मैंने। फॉर मी दैट वाज अ रेवलेशन। एडवर्ड थिएटर, जस्ट द Just the charm of the building.
या सेम जब एडवर्ड थिएटर में लगा ये कौन सा थिएटर है यार, मतलब पहले मुझे लगा कहाँ कहीं कोई लाइव शोज होते होंगे बहुत पुराना थिएटर है.
This is an old Mumbai.
Coming again to love, you know, so like definition of love has changed over the time, and no doubt modern love, I think when I saw the trailer, millennials will probably resonate with it. So what was that resonating factor for you guys about the show?
About the show, I mean, of course, as he said, that this is appreciated all across the world. Modern Love as franchise, and this is for the first time that it is coming to India, and now Indian stories are going to be told with the same format. So the biggest factor for all of us to be a part of this is the story itself. Modern Love हम सबने देखी थी ओरिजिनल भी, और ये अब जब इंडियन इसका पूरा जो वर्जन है, तो आई मीन आई गेस वी ऑल, जितने भी एक्टर्स हैं, मैंने भी बात की थी, दोज हु आर पार्ट ऑफ इट, दे आर ऑल वेरी एक्साइटेड जस्ट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ इट, बिकॉज लव स्टोरी एक ऐसा फॉर्मेट है ना जो सालों से चल रहा है और अगले हज़ारों सालों तक चलेगा. मतलब जितना आपने ट्रेलर में देखा है उस हिसाब से इट्स अगेन अ स्टोरी ऑफ लव, and it is called Bai because it is about Manzar Ali, that is my character, and his relationship with his grandmother, जिसको वो बाई बुलाता है, जो तनुजा जी ने परफॉर्म किया है. और इसकी लाइफ में जो हो रहा है, इसका जो प्यार है, उसके बारे में वो अपनी बाई से कैसे बात करता है और कैसे बताना चाहता है, दैट्स द होल फिल्म. और उसके साथ पूरी उसकी जर्नी और ये दिखाया गया है. तो आई गेस देयर आर लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ शेड्स ऑफ लव.
Absolutely.
And this is the shade of love that we are talking about, which is around us, but it is difficult for people to accept somehow. But
And you know, again coming to love, it's a complex emotion, and every one of us perceive it in a certain way. But when you were playing your specific character in the series, I'm sure there may be certain emotions or things which were not like relating to you personally. So tap on those emotions to portray it with subtlety. How was that challenge like for you guys?
so I guess that's the job of the actors. That you know, not everything that we have experienced in our lives, but still we have to perform those sequences, those situations, those emotions. So we have to tap that thing in our mind, that if something of this sort is happening to this character whose world is this, then how do you perform? So there are a lot of combinations and combinations, and I guess it all comes with a lot of experiences of life.
Our character is about a sort of self-realization. कहीं ना कहीं लाइफ में कभी जल्दी रियलाइजेशन होता है, कभी लेट रियलाइजेशन होता है. व्हाट्स योर टेक टू इट, एंड सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन होना कितना इम्पॉर्टेंट है व्हेन यू प्लेड दिस कैरेक्टर? व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ इमोशंस डिड यू पर्सनली रेजोनेटेड टू?
I think self-realization is a very important part of growing up, and it also is a process which should not stop. It's an ongoing thing, because at different stages in your life you realize something, you know, you discover something new about yourself, so you are changing and all that. So I think that is what I feel is one thing which I connect with, is right the minute you enter your teens, I think the process starts of, you know, discovering things and self-realizing. And the beauty in life, I feel, is to flow with the changes.
Exactly.
How you are changing, how your life is changing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, but you need to flow with that. And I think that's when you come to this, you know, you discover some new thing about yourself, about life.
Exactly. And like you mentioned, ma'am, that there are some good days, there are bad days. So when, you know, there are really some hard hitting days, we sort of easily give up. So what do you have to tell about this easily giving up thing that people are actually, you know, these days resorting to?
That, you know, I should not comment, because I really think it differs from person to person.
Exactly.
And if somebody is giving up, why they are giving up, they know the reason. We really don't know about it. So from the outside, we have no right to give any kind of advice to somebody that, you know, you should do this or you should not do this. I personally feel that
True.
we should not do that.
Farika ma'am, I would like to ask this question to you. You know, the way love stories and overall love as a concept was perceived earlier and the way it is looked up to today has drastically changed. So what do you have to tell about it?
I think it's very good. It's progress in the right direction,
Exactly.
because first of all, love is such a personal emotion. It shouldn't be looked at it in any way.
Exactly.
That somebody has love in their life itself is so beautiful,
Exactly.
and I think it should just stop at that. But having said that, I think that in cinema and in general, if people are opening up to this, it's a very good sign. I'm very happy.
What is that one thing about this city you love the most, and while working on this, any new aspect about this city you got to explore?
अरे पूरी जिंदगी यहाँ निकल गई, अब पिक्चर से थोड़ी ना नया पता चलेगा. बॉम्बे, मुंबई, whatever you call it, it is, for me, I just love it. It is my city and it is the best city for me. Honestly, there's so many things about this place which you will not find anywhere else.
Exactly.
If you get into that discussion, there's so many things that you see in Bombay is not anywhere else. So I think I'm very lucky that it's my city.
What is that one fact about My Beautiful Wrinkles that intrigued you, and something about your character as well?
For me personally, it was the fact that I get to work with Alankrita ma'am, and then eventually I got to know that Sarika ma'am is also a part of it. I get to play her character's granddaughter in the film. So my character is basically her granddaughter, and her name is Sia. So you get to see a really special, a really sweet bond of Dilbar and Sia. And I never got a chance to spend time with my grandparents. So my nanny passed on way before I was born, and my dadi actually doesn't stay with us. She's in London, so I've never gotten a chance to spend time with them. So I think also the fact that I get to do a little bit of this, I get to experience a little bit of nani pyar. I think that was also a little part of me was excited about that as well. But obviously working with Alankrita ma'am and Sarika ma'am was the main reason I got on board. I mean, I was so excited to be a part of this project.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Follow our channel Absolute India News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube and website.